proudest day, and the proudest time in the seat of a rally car, because that day and that hour and those minutes, I got the bit between my teeth. You know, I really stood up and was counted and said, this is not getting away. I remember when we pulled on our helmets and Donald says to me, what are we doing? I said, we're going for gold, Barrett. That's all we said. I can still picture that run. That was just the best run ever.
Welcome along to Krunching Gears, the Rally Podcast. Season 3, episode, well, technically it's 13, but we'll call it 12B just to be on the safe side. Another exciting week of rallying here in the island of Ireland. I got a chance then to catch up with Niall McGonigle and Caolan McKenna, who were the winners in Fivemiletown at the weekend. I also spoke to Hannah Davison and got the insight to her travels around the world in the co-driver's seat. And then Laura McMenamin gives us the lowdown on the Triton Shires that kicks off a Triton Shire Championship that kicks off this weekend in Mayo. Yeah, and then at the weekend I was at Fivemiletown and Clubman Rally, not part of any championship. You thought guys would have been taking it easy, but the commitment was unreal. Like, I speak to Niall McGonigle and Caolan McKenna, the one crew, and they were saying they've never seen the pace as hot. We talked after Galway about the cuts that the guys were taking. This is now coming into the forestry as well too, so it bodes really well what's coming this year, both on tarmac and on the gravel. But anyway, I think we'll hear from the two guys. So 5Miletown at the weekend. Niall, you've helped organise the event. It's been one of your go-to events for years. You finally took the one on Saturday. That must have been very special on Saturday afternoon.
Kevin, I didn't think I've been on talking to you here before, but I never thought I'd been on talking to you for this reason. I can't really explain it, to be fair, how it feels. I was involved in helping run the rally for 2 years, 3 years. Haven't been involved in it now for 2 years gone by, and we've got the opportunity now to go and do a wee bit of rallying. And look, never ever dreamt I would have won a rally ever. That was my dream, surely, but I never dreamt it would actually come true. I've only done this. That was only my 7th gravel rally, and anything all of that was tracks. So it's unbelievable.
Yeah. And Caolan, you got to see this man. You were sitting beside him. You had the best seat in the house.
Best seat in the house, but
the pace on Saturday was something else, really, wasn't it?
It was, even from Killarney there. We knew the pace wasn't far away in it. We just didn't have a clean run that morning, but definitely a natural driver. Couldn't ask for a better man to be in beside. He will go further. There's more to be won there. So.
And whenever you told him whatever the note was, he drove to your note. There was no hesitation. There was
no hesitation at all. He great trust. There was no and never any hesitation, any rally. So no, it's all very natural. Great man for taking the notes, and there's no questioning. Just used to it, and that's it.
Yeah, and Oma Motor Club, you've been about for a few years now too, and the hard work that goes in behind the scenes, and the event they pulled together there now at the weekend, it was that was second to the Bushwhacker, the quality of everyone involved. Samonas is on, lead sponsor, the way they were able to tweak the stages and get on. That speaks volumes for that club, doesn't it?
Oh, it was great, very well run. It's just pity they didn't get the entries they were probably hoping for. It should have definitely got a better entry, but the way it was run the whole day, faultless, very little waiting about. Thanks to Campbell's too for the family, for their service, for their yard, their use of it. It was a great place for it, clean, tidy. They couldn't be much better.
No, because now that's a very good point there. What you really need now in the surface area, every rally looks for is a real good quality hard surface area, and Campbell's Yard delivered that in spades.
Oh, it did. We know ourselves because we run them every weekend, and you want somewhere good, and it's for safety more than anything, but for jacks and stuff. And Campbell's was a great spot. We even got the car wash before we went home. There was a car wash beside us. But no, look, it was brilliant. A brilliant weekend. I suppose I could talk about it all day. There's loads of different aspects. I could talk about it for hours, but just even for the whole boys, the effort they're putting in here at home every morning. They're in the garage until every evening. And like our first one was Jason Mitchell and Dava last year, which was massive for us. But for myself to be able to go and do it is different. Like there's a lad. Well, I have two people I want to actually speak about, because Isaac, the main man who's been there from the start, Isaac Bell, will be our main mechanic. He actually is away skiing, so he's missed the event. But when he heard we won, they were at après ski in Bulgaria, and there's a video of him getting 2 bottles of champagne to the table, and they actually spray the champagne all around the bar. There's videos of it. But no, I would need a secretary from Saturday. My phone has been non-stop. I didn't turn my phone on the whole day. I didn't go to the event with the intention of winning it. Keely might be different because he was kind of psyched up all week, but I didn't go with the intention of winning it. I didn't think I had it in me just yet. I thought I wanted a few more miles, but no, we landed, and I come out of the first stage, and I didn't really think too much about it. Duffy told me I was 0.8 up, and I took it on my stride. I wasn't convinced. I went under the second one, the short stage, and we got 3 of them. And I said, "It's time you pull your big boy pants on now. It's real. Like, you're going to have to go on and go for it now." So went on the service then after 5 stages, and it was 4.1. I knew it still wasn't over at that stage, because Vivian then, he was turning up the wick. We were servicing beside each other, and the crack was good. And you couldn't get better than Vivian, because lovely people like him and Larkin. Even after the last stage, I actually felt sorry for him, to be honest, because it was last year. It was the same thing for him. Mark Donnelly up to him in the last stage. But look, it was ours this time, and we were the lucky ones. But there's a second person I have to talk about, is Glenn Irwin. I don't know if you remember from years ago in Nova. Skippy was
Yep.
He's with us all the time at the rallies. He does the cooking. And we came out of the second last stage, and we had lost the lead, and he knew that. And he came over to the side window of the car, and he just pointed his finger at me. And he says, "You have to go and do it." And we came out of the last stage, and he was there, and he was banging the roof of the car, and he was spraying water on me like champagne. So, no, it was just good for everybody, Kevin, and good for the car. I suppose we're hiring the car. It's good to see the Mark 1 Fiesta can still go out and do that. A very competitive car still,
Yeah.
Against the Polo, it was going to be tough. I knew that in Jenkin, because it's a power stage, and we just wouldn't have the legs of the Polo. But no, look, I can't. It's a Donegal of gravel for me, because I'll probably not get doing the bushwhacker, because we'll have cars doing it, and its customer comes first. So, it's just been so lucky. Any day you get into one of them cars, you're lucky. So, and they won a rally for these. They get the greats like Robbie McGurk, Rory Kennedy, Kenny McKenzie, all texting you. It means something else to you. Like, it just gives you that wee buzz. You know what I mean?
For sure. And you talked about, your new business, IN Sport. Like, what you've done in such a short space of time, like, it's not even a year old at this stage. Like, what really blew me away with the Ulster last year, Jason finished the rally, and he drove off to go to Cork first, I think. Wasn't it Cork he was heading off to? And you just had the car converted into gravel spec by the time they were in Dublin. From Uri, like that, it was no distance, it was like in time, it was an hour, maybe an hour and a half at most. You had the car ready to load onto the trailer to head for Cork. Like, this team is such a tight unit, and they are going over and above to, get the customer, and even for yourself, then the ideal car for the conditions.
No doubt about it. Look, and I suppose it has to be said for the boys. Like, every single one of them have as much interest as me, and it takes that. I can't do it myself. I'm not a mechanic by trade. I have good knowledge of cars and what needs to be done with them, as in the rally cars and the software sides of things and organising. But it takes the boys to make it work, and they're all as interested as me. And I started it in Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan last year was the first rally with Conor McCrossan. He was the first customer, and touch wood, and it has been. It's going from stride to stride, but we're full now. The doors are closed. Like, we're busy. We took on a few new customers this year, and it's actually probably been, what would you say? I took on Tom McNulty. He's come on board with us for the national championship, and I've run the country for years watching him won tarmac championships and national championships, and kind of pinch yourself moment, whenever Tommy Nolte's ringing you,
Mhm.
I know it's nice. Look, I want to do this all my life, and I got the chance last year, and I says, look, we do it and see how it goes, and we put our best on it, and we have been doing that, and it's showing. We had one DNF last year with a car. That was after the whole year's rallying, and it wasn't really our fault. Like, it was a mechanical error in the car. I couldn't ask for more. I love it. Actually, I get up in the morning and I'd be glad to go to the workshop. I love every morning.
Excellent, excellent. And Caolan, from your point of view, you've been rallying now for what must be 5, 6 years. Like, do you still get the same buzz every time you pull the helmet on and tighten the straps?
Oh, you do, surely. Especially if you're at that peak level there just now where you've had to compete with the boys in the top level. It's something special. The buzz you get there and just the atmosphere of the whole thing, it's hard to beat. There's not too many sports I think you get a buzz like it.
No, and and Niall mentioned there that the likes of Vivian and Lorcan, two of the nicest people you'd meet as well. Like, they'd be so gracious. One lose or draw, it's all it's all laid out there, but it's all you can shake hands with each other at the end of the event because they know what they've done. They've done their best to do, and for you to be that wee shade better, it speaks volumes of the effort you put in as well.
Yeah, that's it. The amount of guys that were sitting there at the end of that last stage and come up and shook hands and congratulated us. Hey, Vivian said himself, the better driver got it in the day, just. Hey, it's fair play to him because there's not a lot of guys who stand up and say that.
No, that's for sure.
So, definitely good people around you. It's a hard sport to beat.
Yeah, and there's plenty of bad days. You've been the receiving end of them, so you have to make the best of the good days.
You do. You have to remember them, and it's going to be one that we remember for a long time now. So it will. So hopefully there's more to come.
Yeah, because
I actually got a text message. I think it was from Sean Ferris, who's won a few rallies. Like, and he says, "You're the quickest man in Tyrone for this week."
Somebody else will take your crown next week, do you reckon? But
I must just give a special mention to that Keely man there. The effort he puts under the notes and stuff, and I wouldn't be a great man as he knows for sitting down and actually going through the DVD, but look, he actually put the pressure on me, and we put a good effort in. And the car is unbelievable. He's organised. He has the Bluetooth connected to the phone. He has music going on out the road sections, and everything's so chilled out. There's no panic on and no rush. I must just give a special mention to him.
Because that's what you need. Like, you're flat out work and everything else. From there you get into the car, you need that wee bit of downtime as well as to get you revved up and ready to go as well.
Oh, the only thing that I need to be thinking about is driving the car. And with the boys around me and then Caolan beside me, it just makes it so much easier.
Yeah. You can forget about everything else. The car's right, that he's done his job, you just have to do your job.
Yeah, exactly. We were actually carrying a little small issue all day, and it had got a little bit worse in service, and the boys didn't even tell me. They didn't tell me about it, so I wouldn't have knew, and we got back and we won the rally, and the boys then told me. Couldn't believe it that it was very, very small. It was never going to put us out of the rally, but it hampered the car slightly. But I knew it was there from the start, and that it got worse, and they didn't tell me, which was a good thing because my head would be 400 miles an hour at that stage.
And then Caolan, like, to have like Samonas sponsoring that rally in Euro M Sport and all, like as you say, maybe they hadn't the quantity of cars they would like to enter the rally, but the quality there on Saturday was top class. Like,
the quality was unbelievable. See the 2-wheel drive boys there, they're mental. Rory Maguire, Stuart McLean, see them Novas and Corsas and stuff. The way them boys driving them cars is ridiculous. They're doing things they shouldn't be doing, but they're getting away with it, like, so they're. It's mental what them boys can do and the times they can put in them cars, beating Askerts that they shouldn't be anywhere near. It's good to see. There's definitely a good class of drivers in Ireland there.
Yeah, there really is. Like, we see what the academy's doing, bringing the young talent through. But even beyond that pool of young talent, there's a whole lot of guys and girls out there now at the minute, and they're all pushing incredibly hard. 4-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. Yeah. Every class nearly, the quality is there right through.
Oh, definitely there, and there's no bad car in the country now. Yeah. Whatever money people have, and they're into rally, and they put every penny of it into their cars. And no, it's good to see.
Yeah, for sure. And now we'll finish up with yourself. Like you say, this will only be you might get one, maybe 2 more outings throughout the year, but the priority is the customer.
Oh, without a doubt, I would say that'll look. There's nobody more than me who wants to be driving every day, and everybody thinks I be driving rally cars every day because of what we do. But I don't. I can't fit into them. I can only fit in my own car. So look, no. As much as I would love to go out every weekend, it's not feasible for work and for financial reasons. But anytime I can get a chance, I'll be trying to go out in the car. But no, I need to get the car hired, and with a lot going on with work, national championship with 5 cars for the Mayo and so on. It'll be busy right up to Donegal. Every man kind of goes AWOL and you don't see them for a month. But no, look, I would love to do the likes of maybe my fella always took me to the Manx for years when it was around to the Tarmac Championship. And it's always been in the back of my head when he's still out here. I would love to go and do the Manx. I've never done a Tarmac rally ever, just tracks. So it's like something on a bucket list. I know I probably wouldn't be at the sharp end of it, but if I could go and have a bit of fun and see if we can get closer and maybe go to it in May, and it'll probably be the back to the old. If I could squeeze into the late plans, maybe, but I'll probably not get to the bush record because I would say Mr. Mitchell has bigger fish to fry this year and they'll be trying to go for the one, so we'll have to be there to give it our all.
Oh, thanks to Niall there and Caolan. No doubt, I would say Niall will go out again before too long, hopefully. I also got a chance to catch up with Hannah Davison. Hannah, we spoke to Hannah a few times last year, and since then she's done the RAC, she's done Monte Carlo, she's was in Mexico, she's been in Spain. Co-driving has really given her an opportunity to travel the world, and she's having a real blast doing it. So let's hear from Hannah. Hannah, it's been a while since we spoke, but you've been incredibly busy. The RAC, Monte Carlo, and then Mexico, and you're still in Mexico at the moment. But what a few months you've had.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I think, the RAC, I got a call on, I think it was the Monday morning to leave on the Tuesday for the event. So, that was massive. And then Alex had to step aside just due to personal reasons. So then I got another call in I think it was around the 17th of December, asking me to go to Austria and Monte Carlo with Chris. And that was just amazing. Such a good opportunity and a real honour to step in for someone like Alex with someone like Chris. It was amazing. I think I was at home for maybe 5 days or 4 days in January. It's all been a bit mad, and then that kind of led into then I got another phone call on a Friday to go to Spain on a Monday, and then that Friday I got a phone call to come to Mexico on the Monday. So but I love it. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way, and it's just been amazing, and I just feel so sort of happy competing at this level, and I feel really comfortable, and it's a nice place to be.
Yeah, and the RAC, there was something really special about the RAC this year. It really seemed to capture the imagination of not just the rally people, but beyond it. And the TR7 seemed to bring out that kind of, I don't know, the old Tony Pond spirit in a lot of people. And I know Chris grew the moustache back again, one thing and another. It just there was so many iconic cars, but the TR7 was really stood out amongst. It was some great company there.
Yeah, I mean the support around it was just incredible, and credit to David Appleby Engineering for taking on the challenge of bringing these cars back to life. I think they're building multiple of them, and they're doing an amazing job, and a lovely team to work with. Nice family team to work with, and the support, and everywhere you went, someone come up. I mean, the crowds on the RIC were just amazing. The amount of people that got out, it was like proper back to old school rallying. The amount of people that came up and said, "Oh, I used to have a TR7," or everyone had a story about it, which was really lovely. It was nice, and it gets people talking.
Sure. And then, for your own dad, then Marty and Barney won the rally in the car your dad built too. So, a real, you talk about nice family story, that, that just really completed the story for you.
Yeah, it was lovely. And I got to share that with Dad, which was really lovely. Because the past couple of times that Marty has won, I've only been there at the very, very end, but I got to sort of go along on the journey a little bit with them. And I was at the stop line, and I don't think there was anyone that wasn't crying at that stop line. It was amazing. And my husband Josh and Paul Thompson, they finished I think it was 8th overall. And a good friend of mine, Daniel Mennell, who's doing really well in the British Historic, I think he finished 6th overall, and you know, it was so emotional. It's just a really, really special rally, and yeah, I was so proud of my dad and Marty and everyone there, and everyone that finished, really, because it's a huge challenge.
For sure, yeah. And then, you know, it moved on. Like, you know, you thought, come, you know, that's the end of the season, we'll forget about next year for a while. But it kept on rolling on. Like, to get the call from Chris then to see if you would do, you know, the warm-up event, and then Monte Carlo. Like, Monte Carlo, like, it must have been almost like a pipe dream. Like, that's what you aspire to, like, in the future, but not this quickly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, being in WRC too as a priority crew was yeah, it was truly amazing, and I really, really loved it. And I don't know, I suppose I always thought that it would be sort of a huge challenge, a huge step up, but I I didn't find it. I found it quite comfortable and quite easy is the wrong word, because you're always on trying to be on top of your game. But um I remember sitting in casinos, because we were in the holding area in Casino Square for about 3 hours before the start. There was interviews, and you know, there's just people everywhere in the massive circus that follows the WRC. And I was sitting in the car, just tidying up some of my pace notes, just making sure that everything was all right for the stages that night. And to my right outside me, I had Oliver Solberg and his family. And I looked up, and you could see the start ramp outside Casino Square, and I thought, I never thought I would be doing pace notes here. But it was amazing, and I really relaxed into it and really tried to truly enjoy it. And I can hand on heart say that I went over the start ramp in Monte Carlo without any nerves, which was it was lovely. It was so refreshing. But I think for events like that, when you put in so much work beforehand and you're so focused on it, Josh said it was like I was doing my degree again. And when you're so focused on it and you know everything, and you know you've really put the work in, then you feel when you get there, okay, I just have to do my job now, and that's.
And even before the event, you got to meet the royalty of Monaco as well too. Like, you know, where rallying is taking you, like, it's getting you opportunities that you could never get in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, it's mad. Like, quite a few times in that week, I said to Chris, what would we normally be doing now? This isn't a normal Monday. So yeah, and I mean, those moments are just incredible. And I've tried to sort of, there's loads of little things that you forget, because things happen so quickly, and you're on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Long may that continue. But and I've tried like writing down little moments, and it's not the big things, it's the little things that happen that I really enjoy, and try to sort of keep grounded and appreciate and think about them in the moment, rather than just letting them happen.
For sure. And Monty probably, it was such a difficult rally, the conditions and everything else. But like Chris hadn't the best of luck, but he showed promise. The pace will come.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's such a talented driver, and yeah, him and Alex work so well together. Him and I worked really well together, and him and Alex worked so well together. And yeah, I'm really excited. They've just announced today their BRC program, so I'm really, really happy to see Alex back where he belongs. And yeah, it's great to see them back, and I think they'll have a really, really strong campaign this year for the BRC, and it's going to be a very interesting BRC this year, I think. There's some great names in there, and it's what British motorsport needs.
Yeah, because and I'm sure even the people behind the BRC will admit it has been maybe a wee bit lacking its luster for the last couple of years, but it's going to be back with spades this year. Like, it's with ITV4 coverage and new sponsor on board. It's really looking really bright for them.
Yeah, I mean, credit to them for bringing all that together. I know they all work really hard behind it, and I know there's been comments here and there about it, but at the end of the day, it is a small team trying their best, and you have to remember that. And yeah, I think they've done an amazing job, and it should be a really good championship this year.
For sure. And then, Fred Milne come on the phone then too, to see if you would go over, wasn't it Spain you want to, was there, and the phone call once again, Hannah's ready, bag packed, ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, Per Fred has rang me maybe 5 or 6 times in the past year asking me to go and co-drive, and I'm never available. But this time I was available. So yeah, I mean, that was just brilliant. And it's just so much fun sitting beside Fred, and he's a good laugh, and it was really, really good fun, and we got a good result. And we had a wrong tire choice on Friday evening, but it was a good result, and we both thoroughly enjoyed it, like properly smiled for 2 days. It was great, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. I hope I get to do some more with Fred. And it's always nice when you go to these events abroad and Fred's fluent in Spanish, so it made everything so much easier. Because I was just like, Fred, can you translate, please?
And then you need your Spanish as well to go to Mexico as well too. That helped as well. Like,
Yeah, so
these opportunities keep on coming. It's just been, you've been blessed this last week.
yeah, I mean, when I was in Spain, I just finished shakedown on the Friday, and Tom Williams had messaged me saying, "Can I ring you?" And I was like, "I'm at a rally, but I can ring you on Monday." He was like, "No, I need to speak to you now." And I was like, "Okay." So he was like, "What are you doing next weekend? Could you fly to Mexico on Monday?" And I've been speaking to Tom for I've known Tom for years, and I've co-driven for him before, but I've been speaking to him for a few months now, and sort of knew something was coming, but just wasn't sure what. I don't think Tom's sure what he's doing this year yet, but yeah, Mexico has just been an experience. It's amazing place, and so many cool people here. You've got Julian and Gracia, and just massive names and drivers and co-drivers, and yeah, it's really, really special to be a part of something like this.
Yeah, because like you say you're trying to remember the small things, like, and take it in and enjoy it for what it is. You don't want to look back in a few years thinking, "Oh, I didn't make the best of that, or I didn't make the most of it." You want to live in the moment and enjoy every second of it now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just there's so much you can experience if you let yourself
Yeah.
and just integrate. And I think maybe last year and previous years I was always too sort of shy and just wanted to sort of not bother anyone, I suppose, was what I always do. And I still do that to an extent, but it's just, go and speak to people and, integrate yourself. And it's amazing where those things can get you. It's like a perfect example. In Monte Carlo, we had some problems, and I knew there was 30 minutes of lateness. Like I knew that was the rule. But I messaged John. John Rowan had helped me quite a lot before the event. And I messaged him and I said, "Can you just confirm?" Because it was all sort of frantic and everything was going on. "Can you just confirm it's 30 minutes of lateness?" And he said, "Yeah." And the next thing I got a notification on WhatsApp, and he put me in a group chat with him and Paul Nagel and said, "If you need anything, just message this group and one of us will get back to you instantly." And I was like, "Oh, what?" And it's just amazing. And I think I was always too shy to ask people, but even before I came out here, I messaged Paul and said, "Anything you can tell me, just tell me." And just all little things, and it's maybe not even about co-driving, it's maybe just about being in the country in general. And yeah, like he said, like, "Oh, watch this junction into this stage," and just little things. It's just amazing, and everyone's so helpful. And yeah, hopefully I can do the same for some other people who are coming up through as well.
But that isn't the amazing thing about rallying. No matter from the very top to the very bottom, people are willing to help each other out, and that it's that community of it's so special. Like that's a great experience, and like for somebody like you, just you know what to do, but you just want reassurance sometimes.
That's it. And I mean, like, even when we're competing, like, quite often a couple of co-drivers will say to each other, "What do you think of this?" or "What do you think the organisation doing for this?" or whatever. And I think in the past I was always scared to say anything because it was like a sign of weakness, like I didn't know. But it's like I now realise that everyone does that. No matter what level they're at, they all ask each other. You know the answer, but you're just confirming. And yeah, it's a special sport in that way, and it's lovely that everyone's so supportive.
Yeah, and then like another something that's special to you is Josh too. Like he's there behind you, like supporting you every step of the way. Like you say in the RAC, he was there, like eighth place or whatever. Like to get him, seeing him over the ramp, and like, for him to be there, encouraging you every step of the way to live your dream now. It's lovely too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's the one that taught me everything at the start, and I think yeah, I think he would probably love to be here too and doing it as well. But at the same time, he's quite happy to support me, and yeah, he's calling himself the single cat dad now because he's just at home looking after the cat. So, but yeah, I'll be home for hopefully a good few weeks now, and yeah, see what else happens. But yeah, it's lovely to share it with Josh, and he's always on the end of the phone, and same thing, asking for advice and checking. He's always checking up on me as well, making sure I'm doing the right thing.
So from now on, you're going to turn the phone off on the Friday for the
No,
next couple
I
of weeks
love
anyway.
it. Keep the phone calls coming.
Yeah. So thanks to Hannah, and long may the travels continue. Connor, we kick off this weekend then the first round of the Triton Shares National Championship, and what an entry list! It's going to be another cracker.
It is absolutely going to be a cracker. We're going to see our polos versus our C3s battle.
Yeah, yeah. There's such a lineup of these are 5 cars that keep coming out of the woods, and there's a really strong lineup of modified cars. Rally 4s. The Rally 4 category is really exploding now this last 12 months or so. It's every class right down throughout that full field. It's just you couldn't pick a winner out of any of them.
No, absolutely couldn't. And again, we keep looking at the polo and we rave about the polo, but it's getting older. Those cars are not getting any younger, but still the results are there. But I'm intrigued now, and I suppose partly it's because of the Stellantis Cup, and then obviously the prize as well for the Citroen C3s. That extra bit of competition is coming back into Irish Rally, and we don't have a one make series,
Yeah.
but this is as good as or next to it. And
back in 2019, there was nearly everybody had a Fiesta. And now it's nice to see such a variety of cars as well too. There is just a real mix. We have the best of the world coming here. All the different varieties of cars all here, and each and every one of them is as competitive as the other.
Absolutely. And, we look at the C3 and the amount of work Citroen did last year in the WRC2 and the amount of development and push that car on. So to see it here, in increasing numbers, and we still have the very competitive I20s, the R5s. And then, as I say, are slightly aging, but still very competitive polos. So it's going to be a heck of a fight there in that top 10.
Yeah, and the Fiestas are starting to come strong again too. We've seen in Galway there too. So yeah, it's a whole going to be a whole minefield. And fair play to Mayo Motor Club. An unusual what they're doing this weekend. 2 stages, but they're going to tweak those stages up, and make it into an 8 stage event. Rather than the 3 repeated 3 times. It's going to be 2 stages done twice, but then for the next 2 runs, they're going to tweak both stages. So wee bit of variety and mixing things up. I think it's something different, and it's great to see new things being tried.
Listen, absolutely is. And, compact events mean less costs for the competitors. It's easier for the spectators, etc., and less movement between stages as well, from a spectator control point of view. So, hopefully there's many positives and advantages to this format.
That's for sure. And there's a video out there from Motorsport Ireland at the moment as well, just telling people just to obey the marshals, and it's the drivers speaking, these are the guys who are risking it all going down those stages. Just listen to them and listen to what the marshals and what the officials are telling you what to do. It's so important. We all need to obey the rules for the good of our sport.
Look, absolutely. And part of it is it's becoming more competitive, and that always attracts more fans and spectators out on the stages. But the other thing is the talk of the WRC coming's also, out there, and people are getting more interested in rallying because of it. But the thing is, we're also under more scrutiny because the WRC is coming. And if we don't get the spectator control end of it right, it puts the likes of the WRC in jeopardy.
That's for sure. So yeah, please, if you're going out at the weekend, just be careful and do as you're told. But anyway, I think we'll catch up with Laura and hear all the latest news on the Triton Shares Championship. So Laura, Mayo is only a matter of days away, and once again the championship looks in real good health.
Yeah, it's great to be back, Kevin. We're heading to Mayo this weekend for round 1, and again an absolute bumper entry reserve list again. So we're off to a great start so far this year. Yeah,
because it seems no time at all since the season ended, and now we're back to round 1, and 8 more rounds this year, all spread right across the country.
Yeah, that's it. 8 rounds starting in Mayo, and then we head for Monaghan. We go to Birr, Carlow, Limerick, where are we in next? Stone Throws in Tipperary, and then Galway, finishing back in Donegal then at the end of the year in October. So yeah. It's great to have the 8 rounds back there again with us this year.
Yeah, and like you know, like we've seen last year, like the rotation really is starting to work. Like every event there is, you know, capacity entry and quality right throughout the field as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Like last year, every event we had reserve list. It's for a couple of years pre-COVID, it was kind of unheard of nearly a reserve list. You were nearly ringing boys to say, you know, are you doing it? Will you come and support and stuff like that? So it's absolutely fantastic. And as you say, the quality, it's not just a top 10, 20 quality, and that's it. It's right down the field from number 1 to 151. It's absolutely fantastic. And the support that we're getting is unreal.
Yeah, because like for the national championship being the 1 day event suits a lot of people to come and do. You know, it's less time off work, it's less hassle, less demands on their time, and come and doing a 1 day they can do. You know, like most of the rallies are on the Sunday. They come do their recce on Saturday, come down Saturday morning, do their recce, stay Saturday night, do the rally, home Sunday evening.
That's it. Yeah, it seems it's not a lot of people. You know, suppose the time's run to you. You're not away for as long. You know, everything comes into consideration then, especially nowadays with the cost of everything. You know, cuts down and everything. As you say, you arrive Saturday morning, it's 1 night. You're there for 2 days, 1 night, or you come down Friday. You know, depending on where you're traveling. You know, that's the max really. You know, so definitely it benefits people. It's less time away from work. It's less holidays used. You know, it works ideally for anybody that is working or has families or anything like that. So it is great to see it, and it's definitely benefiting us because we're getting the support and we're seeing that right across the board.
Yeah, and you talk about support. You know, Triton Shares is back on board again. Like it has to be one of the longest run sponsorships because the Barrett family has been so good to the national championship over the years, and so good to rallying. Never mind just the national
Yeah, that's
championship.
it. So, rallying for many years, like even before they joined the championship, yeah, but it's been fantastic, to have Kevin and the family there, the support, their interest, they're into it, which makes it so much easier, they know the story, they know everybody knows them. And it's fantastic, that we can help promote the company and give them something back too. And in fairness, everybody I'm sure nearly supports, the brand, as we do in anything, if they're involved in the sport that you're doing, you're going to support it back. You're going to give it back to somebody that's
That's for sure.
So it is great, and it's absolutely fantastic having them on board, and they're doing to deal with it. So it's great.
Yeah, and like another new initiative this year, well, a couple of new initiatives this year. One of them is the Citroen C3 trophy. Like for guys competing in the Rally 2 Citroens, this is like a fantastic. It's lovely to see a manufacturer giving back to the competitors, and as well Michelin, and there's a few other supporters in that class as well.
That's it, yeah. It was great to say when Raymond rang us earlier in the year to see would be someone we're interested in joining. We went on board. I think the weekend we've seven registered there for the championship so far that are contenders in Citroen. So it's absolutely fantastic. It's a great initiative, and it just gives that. We've seen it in Galway. It gives that other bit of spark in the top fellas. Maybe if they're not contending for first place, we were seeing a completely different battle, like with Declan and Josh going into the final and Desi going into the final stage. It was all the favour for them all. So it was great. It just keeps that interest down the field a wee bit more if they're not playing for first place. So yeah, hopefully it'll go well, and it's a great initiative. It's fantastic to see manufacturers coming in and supporting championships and supporting competitors back again, giving them something back.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because like we've seen, for so many years now, we haven't had any kind of manufacturer involvement, and it's great to see. And then also the Stellantis Cup, and that's more the Tarmac Championship, and the BRC as well. And then as well the Ballycolman award. There's going to be like a driver get nominated out of Class 2 and 2A, is it this year?
Yeah, over the last number of years, it's always been the winner of the junior Class 16 that was always nominated from the championships point of view towards the Ballycolman interview process. So from this year now, we've decided that we'll go from Class 2 or 2. The highest place eligible driver in Class 2 or 2A, so whoever's the highest out of the two of them, that we're going to send forward the nomination then for what do you call it, for the Ballycolman Award, and see them to take it from there. But there's fantastic interest. I think I had a quick look around earlier, and I would say there's easily something like 19 Class 2, Class 2A, drivers there, all young drivers. A majority of them is there from the the academy as well. So it's great to see it. Like, so, you know, definitely there's big interest coming there with the young ones. And there's definitely a bright future there. So.
Yeah, because like that is, as you say, that is where the future is. You know, like these young guys coming up through and girls coming up through, and like there's so many of them going down. You know, the R2 Rally 4 route as well, which is great to see because you know not only can they compete it here at home, they can travel the world in their car as well.
That's it, exactly. And you know the other one then as well is there's the Peugeot. There's ones there the Peugeot Cup, they kind of their own wee championship there as well. So that's all tied in, but it's absolutely fantastic, and the academy is absolutely fantastic there for the young ones and what they're going through and what they're everything that they're getting taught and brought along the way. Like it's the support they're getting from that is unreal. So it's great to see it, and like everybody says, the MA Academy is just stemmed for the rest of the world. Like you know what's going on, to be honest. You know, they're really everybody is loving it, is showcasing it. Irish rallying for the future.
Yeah, because not only is the drivers and co-drivers that's actually involved in the academy, you know, benefiting from it, it's spreading out because everybody else aspires and needs to raise their game to this level as well, and that's going right throughout the whole field now.
That's it, exactly. It's great to see it, and it's definitely it's going across the full field, so it's fantastic.
Yeah, and like Laura, I would say this week you're absolutely flat out. But you know, I'm sure there's registrations for the championship just flooding in with you.
Yeah, there's been fantastic support, you know, from earlier on in the year, nearly before we even started to promote the registrations had opened. We'd registrations coming in, and I think they're just this evening. I think getting nearly the guts of 200 registered for the championship so far. So it's absolutely fantastic to see. And obviously we appreciate everybody's support and everybody coming out to support the championship. Yeah, well then, no doubt we'll keep in touch with you throughout the year and see how things are going. Yeah, absolutely. And just before I go, just want to obviously again thank Triton Shard and Kevin and family for their support again for the year, and also that we have the Rally TV YouTube program back on board for this year with Caolan and Davison. So you know, obviously that would be great. We'll be back right the week of the event, after the event. And just the other wee thing we just want to mention too is obviously for all the competitors when they do enter the events this year, just a wee reminder that you know to pay up their entry fees, make sure their entries are all complete and acknowledged as well, because we don't want anybody missing out, especially when it comes down to the end of the year and paying for fast pass. So just give everybody a reminder on that as well. But again, just hope everybody does have a great year and a safe year's rallying and good fun. Lovely talking to Laura there as always, and Motorsport Ireland has kindly let us use the video. So if you want to just watch this now for the next couple of minutes, just to give you the wee flavour of what the drivers and all are saying, just please, as I said before, just listen. So that is season 3, episode 12B. Can you please like, share, subscribe, all those things, and a wee 5-star rating would be gratefully appreciated. So that's it, and until next time, take care, speak soon, and bye.
Hi guys, just a quick message on the box junctions. Please keep them clear.
Just want to remind you all that our marshals are volunteers, and without them we cannot rally.
Always expect the unexpected and be ready to react in an emergency.
Keep the race in its place and arrive alive.
Please don't put your life at risk, or the life of your families. Stand in prohibited areas.
As competitors, we need you to fully cooperate with the marshals and don't stand where you're not asked to stand.
Marshals are trained in safety, your safety. Please follow their instructions.
It's very important to listen to marshals out there. They know where to stand in the stages. For us, we're trying to drive as fast as we can, and we're not always in control of the car, even if you think we are. So please obey the marshals.
Racing is for closed, controlled roads, not the public road. You've now heard all the safety messages and requests from our competitors. We need you when you come to the events to obey the directions of the marshals and to stand where it's only safe to do so. If you don't do this, we won't have a sport and you will have nothing to come out to enjoy. We need to keep the race in its place. Motorsport will continue to exist as long as you do what is asked of you.